it was when I went to jail. Again, I got paid to beat up people. Nothing that I'm proud of, but because I needed to uphold, so I thought I needed to uphold in school this persona. Unfortunately, this kid had told me something, so I beat him up and I got kicked out for that. So that led me to a continuation school. Okay. But then that following week, this girl, I was the type of person you couldn't tell me anything. You bumped me, like I didn't even care. I love the quote, the same reasons to live are the same reasons to die. So, but when you deal with somebody that doesn't care about their life themselves, you got issues, because I don't care to die. I really don't, to be honest. But that I will die with pride, I'll do it. So this girl told me something that day at work. So I got pissed off. So I waited for her after school, after work. She didn't show up. She heard that I was waiting for her, so she went. I got her address to the house.
She pulling up.
That's where I messed up.
And that's a fact. When you pull up to somebody's house, you gotta win.
I won, but I messed up.
him.
I mean, she lived in Redondo Beach.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
Yeah, that already right there. I was dumb. I was like, what, 17 and a half? So I went to her house. So she was washing her car. So the moment I saw her, I didn't say anything. I just wailed on her.
sight.
Yeah. So her then she screams for her brother. Then he comes out, but he came out with a smirk, like she was gonna hook him up or something.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she hit me. He's like, you did what? So he starts swinging on me. But I got defense, so I'm going at him. Yeah, exactly. Ooh. Next thing you know, the mom comes out. She's like, in Spanish, no, my kids, no.
Yeah.
So she tries to grab me, and
the whole family getting their ass
yes,
whooped. We need a reenactment. All right.
I put my hands on her too, but then I look up and I just see the little girl, 11 years
the daughter.
old, crying, calling the cops and saying, like, there's this girl, she's beating up my family. Like, can you please come? I bailed out. I had imports at that time, so I had a race car. Bailed out and didn't hear anything. 6 months later, here I am in school. I see two detectives walk in, and I'm just like, okay, I don't think they're for me. They stand me up, they read me my rights, and they arrest me right then and there.
6 months later.
6 months
Six
later.
months
And that's what that's
later.
all right. This is kind of, it might
That's
be
crazy.
a weird opinion, but I feel like let's say if I do a crime, I would rather just get arrested right then and there.
Yeah.
Don't wait for 6 months.
Yeah,
I'm thinking I'm good.
After
I
the
thought
first
I was good,
month,
but I ran.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had my address or anything, but I mean, they found out about my school apparently. So then that's where they picked me up. Because I had boxing, they tried me as an adult, so I did time for time. So I started at the Twins. But I was on good behavior, so I only did 3 months instead of my full year that I was supposed to do. I was on probation for a year, but that's what changed my life.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
moment that happened, my mom lost a ton of weight. Like, all that changed. I did not want to see the sport anymore. I didn't even want to see MMA, and I was a huge MMA fan. I completely shied away from it up until recently when I came back, which was at the age of 31. And that's why I came back, because I was like, I'm such a different person. My mindset's completely different. And this proves it. Now that I'm in here, I'm doing what I'm doing. It proves, I mean, it was a horrible experience to go through, but I would not be the person I am today if I didn't go through any of that stuff. So, and then I have my 2 children that obviously change anybody's life when you have them.
For sure.
And I would just appreciate you telling us that story. First off, because anybody listening out there who might have gotten in trouble with the law, might have, felt back on some adversity in their lives, you can always bounce back.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you can always,
definitely.
just overcome. You can always do good.
And it's hard. It's very hard to do that, because it's like you're sitting there and the amount of damage you cause people and to your own family. And to sit in the jail system is not something easy. Nor was I scared in there or like, I'm not naive to what it is to be in there. But to a lot of people it is. But to your point, it is very crucial to grab those experiences, flip them, and help out as many people as you can, and not to dwell on them and sit on them your whole life, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, and it does not define you as a person at all. So I mean, I wish I had my old picture of how I looked. I mean, I had chola eyebrows, blonde hair. I was not the person that you see standing before you guys today. Could I get to that point? Of course I can. Anybody can. There's that trigger, but it takes a lot more to meditate yourself to be calm and respectful and patient, but unfortunately people will abuse that later on, but that's fine too, because it just shows your growth.
Now, in your opinion, the fact that you've been in jail, If you can go back, would you change that, or do you feel like that's the role you needed to travel to get to where you are to right now?
It's crazy. My daughter asked me that question. If there was anything I regretted in my life, I told her the only thing I regret, to be honest with you, and it was going to hit that too, is I just wish I would have paid attention in school. I wish I would have. I'm not stupid. I know that, because when the times that I joined ROTC and I had a good person on top of me, I'd had straight A's. So I know I could have been an honor student. Tony Stark is somebody I look up to for Iron Man. I know it sounds so weird, but I could have been a Tony Stark. You get me? I could have really studied. I could have went to school. And I say school in the sense of doing what I want to do, which is, directing. If I would have went to school at the age of 20, whether that was film school and got my degrees in what I needed to, the education that I needed to, where would I be right now? But I also cannot say that, because then I wouldn't have my kids and I wouldn't have Sam. So I can't regret those things ever.
Yeah, those things.